Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I did notice I have a few more subscribers, so thank you much for subscribing. I finally hit double digits, and for a lot of YouTubers that might not be a big goal to hit, but for me I was pretty stoked when I hit double digits. So thank you all so much for your support, my 11 whole subscribers, but I am thankful for them. It's a base, it's still people to talk to. And in today's video, I'm gonna not try and fix my hair. In this video, it will be how to price your products to sell and to make a profit. When you sell a product, I'm sorry if you hear my dog crying in the background. He's not allowed in my craft room, and I obviously kicked him out, and he's not happy about that. So you might hear him cry, or you might hear the door move as he's trying to open it. So in this video, I'm just going to show you, I'm not going to show you exactly how I price my items, but I'm going to show you how to price, and I'm going to give you an example of a bow, but the prices and everything will be made up, so this is not what I sell my bow for, because you'll be like, wow, that is a really expensive hair bow. But I just want to show you how to make the items to make a profit off of them. When I first started making stuff, I wasn't making stuff for business, I was just making stuff for fun. So I wasn't concerned about making a profit off of it. I was just more concerned with having fun, and I just liked the idea of making stuff and then being able to sell it to people. So I was just more concerned as long as I broke even on the price that I was making this stuff at. So now it is a job for me. So now I'm more concerned, obviously, with making a profit off of it. So I'm just going to show you with my materials that I use, but all the numbers will be made up. So it's the exact same formula I use, but all the numbers aren't my numbers. So don't get freaked out. And I also buy wholesale. So my prices are going to be a little more realistic if you buy from the craft store. That's also something to keep in mind. And just remember, your prices do vary. So if you use the formula I'm about to give you, it works on if you get your stuff anywhere from. It's just the basic how to price your item. And it doesn't matter where you get it from. Obviously, if you buy the stuff full price at a more expensive price, you're gonna be paying more. It makes sense that way. So as long as, and I feel like, and also this way, when you break everything down this way, you can also see where you're spending the most money on an item, or where you could cut back, or where you could save money, because that's my biggest goal. I try and sell at the lowest point that I possibly can, that I'm still making a good enough profit off of, because like I said, most people are in this for a business. So this this formula, I still use this formula to just break even, but this formula also helps me cut costs. I'll be like, okay, how can I save money on ribbon? Or how can I save money on hair clips? The clips I'm using are 50 cents each, and I'm going through 300 a week. That's $150 on hair clips a week that I'm spending, like numbers like that. So this formula has helped me cut down my costs lower. So this is also really helpful. Say if you don't really, not that you're not worried about making money off of an item, you can just use this to figure out where to cut costs from, and I do that all the time. And then I also do this, like with my ribbon, it varies on who I buy the ribbon from. The price will vary. So what I do is, before I get into the formula, how I do my formula is the prices I use, because like for a big style bow like this, I use every single big bow that is this size, 6-7 inches. It's like a rough size. They're all the same price. So what I do is I do my formula on the most expensive ribbon that I will be buying, or I plan on buying. So you have to budget. You have to give yourself an amount you're willing to stop at, and have that be your most expensive price, because that's how I price. And then anything that's cheaper than that, like any ribbon that's cheaper than that, or any clip I find cheaper, or anything, any cards that I find cheaper, it's just a bigger profit. I'm not losing money. So yes, the prices of the ribbon are varying and the prices of everything are varying, but I go off the most expensive prices I could possibly, that I'm willing to spend on each item. So I have to go by, so now I'll get into the formula. First, you have to break down, like right here, let's say I make hair bows, so I feel like that's the easiest analogy. I feel like I mentioned in every video. Figure out how much your ribbon is. So say this isn't a full yard, but now to make this bow, you need 46 inches of ribbon. So now, say if the ribbon is, I'm trying to do easy math here, but, okay, let's just, because 46 inches is like a little too exact for my math. I'm really bad at math. Say if we need a yard of ribbon for one bow, just a whole yard, you don't even have to trim it, and you, like 1 yard, that's it. And so say if you, I mean, even if you buy a 10-yard bundle, it really doesn't matter. So 1 yard, say if it's $3 for the ribbon, now that's $3 for this piece of ribbon. So you have to, first you have to like build all your prices of all your materials first. So now this ribbon is $3, and now you have to center, because when you do this formula, you have to break every single material you possibly use. So then this white center in the middle is another piece of ribbon. So now you have to calculate how much of this ribbon you're going to use for the center. Say it's $1. That's a lot of ribbon. That's actually pretty expensive ribbon because it's only about 10 inches. 10 inches of ribbon, that's $1. That's outrageous. That's expensive. So now we're at $4. I'm sorry, you probably hear my dog in the back. So now we're at $4 just between the ribbon we need. And now, say this clip right here, right? Make sure we have the right size. This clip is $1. It's another expensive thing. And you put them all together. So here are our materials, and we have $5 of materials. Because now you do have to tie the center of the bow with thread, but I get the thread's only $1 at Walmart, and you can I think you can easily tie about 500 or 600 bows with it, so it doesn't even calculate because it's more than 100 cents. So I don't even calculate that. So now we have $5 in material, and now we have to figure out how much time it took us to make it. Now the best way to do this is whatever you're making. So like, see, I'm making this style bow. Go for, because you want to know how many you can make an hour, or I mean, well, say if your item takes more than an hour, it kind of applies, but we're gonna break down because you can obviously make these in under an hour. Or I'm just gonna do an example of anything you can make in under an hour. So say we can get, I don't know, 5 in an hour, 5 of these in an hour, right? That's actually pretty slow because I can get probably about 50 in an hour, which is very good, but I'm just doing simpler numbers for those who don't know how to price. So 5 of these in an hour, so 60 minutes divided by 5, that's 12 minutes a thing. And now you have to come up with the amount you want to pay yourself an hour. So let's say we want to pay ourselves $10 an hour. That's not minimum wage, but the minimum wage here in New York is 12. But I don't know if federal is 10. Let's just make believe it's 10 federally. I mean, I don't really get too exact with this, but say you want to pay yourself $10 an hour. Now you made 5 of them, so now you have to divide that $10 an hour by 5 because you made 5 in an hour. So now it's $2 a bow. $2 in time it costs you per bow. So now you add that to, you want to add that to the bow. So now that's $7. and now you want to double that. Your profit is doubled. So you want to take that $7 and times it by 2. You want to double it. And because that extra $7, I mean, like I said, you want to be using this as like right now, this is a job. So you want to get paid from it. You want to make a profit. So that's $7, but now that $7, say if you need to buy a new machine, you have that $7 to be able to put towards that machine or whatever. And I don't know, like, I just save. So like, I'm trying to think what you can do with it. Like, I divide, once at the end of the month, I divide all of my profit, and I divide it into different saving categories. So I'm pretty like detailed with that because I'm very organized. So I divide it like that. But say in that $7, it can cover costs of, say you were at a craft fair. So say if I was selling these at a craft fair, and that $7 is gonna cover the cost of the craft fair. And now when you're at a craft fair, you have to calculate that time that you're at that craft fair for. And a lot of people forget that. When you're at a craft fair, you have to calculate the time that you were at the craft fair. If it's a 6-hour fair or anything, you have to pay yourself for that time. So you're working to make the bow, then you're working to sell the bow. And then that's a big thing for craft fairs or Etsy. There's seller fees. There's seller fees when you sell an item. So you want that other part to cover your seller fee or whatever, because that first, your base amount is just to cover the cost of the bow. That's just to cover the cost. That's it. Like, nothing else. You could, if you wanted to, you could include your Etsy price in there, your seller fee. So say if it was going to be $1 to sell, I think it's only I think it's a percentage of how much the item was. I'm not too sure, don't quote me on that. But say we'll go back to our $7 in the ribbon, like, well, all the materials here. So we have the clip, the center, and then the main ribbon. And we're gonna put our Etsy fees in there. That's an extra $1. So now that's $8. And now you double that, and now that's $16. And now some people might think that's too much for a bow because now they're gonna have to pay for shipping, which is an extra $3. So $21 for this bow might be costly to some people. Or say if you're paying yourself too much in an hour. Oh, I just like moved the camera. You also want to, once you have your price made, you want to go on Etsy or just research people who are selling that same item or similar items in that market and see their price range of multiple different people. And then if you notice, now I can tell you $21 for this bow is really high. So now we have to go back and we have to find where we cut costs. Am I paying myself too much an hour? Am I not making enough each hour? Is the ribbon too much money? Is the clip too much money? Is the center ribbon too much money? So now we have our formula to make our item and to sell it. And now with that formula, you can go back and you can check based on what other people are selling that similar item for. So now I would go back and I would look at anyone selling a big bow like this to, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. You want to go and look at what other people are selling this item for in your market or in your niche, and you want to compare those prices to yours. Okay, where can I cut costs? Or because you may not want to be lower than them because they'll be like, okay, why is your item so cheap? Do they not make it themselves? Do they get it from China? Or is it not good quality? But then you don't want to be over and above, and they'll be like, what does this person have that none of the other sellers have? I usually tend, what I do is I'm usually $1 or $1.50 above the other people, because sometimes a lot of people think, okay, their ribbon or their whatever, say if you're making wood signs, maybe their wood's better quality, maybe it's like a little more personal to how they cut it or whatnot, and they'll take that dollar and whatever cents into consideration because they'll be paying for more. They'll think they're paying for more like hand craftsmanship, if that makes sense. So you don't want to be totally above the price that other people are selling it, and you don't want to be totally below them, because either way they'll be like, okay, what's wrong with this product? You want to be in the middle, or a little bit above or a little bit below what other people are selling it for in your niche, in your industry. And the best thing for that is research. I think it took me a couple days to do this, because I wanted to see every single, and I know it was impossible, but every single bow person I can find on Etsy to compare with, to make sure I'm not, because you want to have a chance, you want to compete, and if your prices aren't, it's not compatible. If they're not competition material, you're not going to stand a chance. So you want your prices in there, in where you can sell and you can have a standing chance. You don't want to just blow yourself right off the market for overpricing or underpricing. So that is the best way to price your items to sell. And I really hope this video helped. This is how I price my items, and I find it very helpful. It helps to initially price if you're new to this, or how to cut costs, and I'm always doing this. So even though I have it down to a T, I'm always doing this. Or now I know, kind of like for the ribbon, I'll be like, okay, I know how many bows I can get from a 50-yard roll. So I try and say if I want the bow to cost 50 cents to make, I have to find the ribbon in that budget, because then you have to do the math and you have to divide the roll, the price, by how many you can get from that roll. So it's a little more work, but now I'm at that point where I'd be like, okay, $38 is going to bring the price of the ribbon up too much. I can't afford it. I'm only going to get 10 bows out of it. So after a while, it does help. It does take time, but don't give up. I feel like this is very crucial to my shop, and I think it's actually a budgeting tool. So like, know where to cut corners. I mean, not even cut corners, just find stuff cheaper. So this really helped, and thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. I am on your channel, like I say, every single video. And I'm sorry I didn't upload last week. I can't figure out my tutorials for the life of me. They're not uploading. So I'm going to try and get some by next week. But like I said, please like and subscribe. And please just comment any video suggestions you want me to make. And yes, I am in my craft room. If you didn't notice, yeah, I don't know, that's basically it. It's a little messy, like right here, because I'm still organizing, because it's the new year. I'm trying to organize before I go back to school. So thank you so much for watching, and I lost my button to turn off the camera. I'm just a mess, so I have to lean over. And like I said, I don't like editing my videos, so you're gonna get this raw. So have a good day, and please like and subscribe.